Azure Storage Account is one of the most useful service for storing data, especially the unstructured and semi-structured data. Now let's focus on how we can design for Azure Storage Account. When you're going to focus on storage account, the first thing which you have to keep in mind is what kind of storage account type you're going to select. Obviously, the one which is by default set and recommended for the most scenario is a standard general purpose V2 storage account. This V2 storage account is the default one and going to be used by most of the organizations and projects. In this case, when you're going for V2 kind of a storage account, you will be able to use it for blob data, queues, tables, and Azure files. And you can also use it like a data lake if you just activate the Gen 2 account kind of configuration with the hierarchical namespace. Now, when you're going for some other options, like you're going for a premium account, then in that case, you have three options. You can go for a premium blob, where you're only going to store data in the blob format. This is perfect for high transactional rates when you want extremely high performance with the single digit storage latency or even the large number of smaller transactions. In this case, the blob data is going to allow you to store only a blob kind of data, as well as it can be treated like a data lake also. Then you have premium file share, which is going to be an Azure files, and it can allow you to store and share files with your multiple team members or maybe multiple customers. It supports the SMB 3.0 protocol and even NFS kind of a file sharing associated with that. When you want enterprise level or high performance scalable applications with the file share, premium file share is going to be the perfect choice for that. The third and the last option in the premium is premium page blobs. Rarely useful, page blobs are perfect for high performance and low latency storage scenarios where you have to do the read write, which are associated with the random read writes. This kind of page blobs are going to be useful, and it only supports page blobs type kind of blob only. So any of the block blobs are not going to be supported in this one. So the first thing which you have to do is, from these four options, you have to decide which is going to be the right choice for your requirement. Once you do this thing, you also have to keep a couple of considerations in mind. For example, what kind of location you're going to choose, because the cost of the storage account is always based on the location, replication, security associated with that. You can choose the region which is perfect for your particular storage account based on the user criteria, based on the project's criteria, and you always have to choose the data which is closer to the users. You have to take care of the compliance standards which are following the regulatory guidelines for keeping the data in the specific location, so that the redundancy or replication strategies should not replicate data across those non-compliant regions. You also have to focus on the replication. By default, there are replication strategies available in the storage account like GRS, LRS, ZRS kind of things. Which replication strategy is your perfect meet and which one is going to help you to configure based on the perfect costing, that is something which you need to keep in mind. The next one is the cost. Obviously, storage accounts are not having a fixed size, and that also means that the cost of the storage account is going to be based on the amount of data which you're storing inside that. The cost and the settings for your account is going to influence the cost service in the account. So that's why you have to take care what amount of data you're storing, when exactly you're going to delete them, and what kind of costing you have to pay for that. Last but not the least, we have security, where we are going to talk about data sensitivity, and this particular page is going to focus on data security, which allows our users and internal applications to access the data securely. When you keep all this consideration in mind and then you design your storage account, then that's going to be the perfect storage account for that requirement. Hey guys, sorry for interruption. My name is Maruti and I'm here to make a very important announcement. I hope you are liking our videos and you're doing a continuous learning with us on an Azure Cloud and AI related topics. If you are enjoying this thing, I'm going to announce skilltech.club, which is our upcoming website, which is going to be launched very soon. We are here to tell you one thing, that everyone who is a subscriber of this particular channel will get Azure Cloud and Azure AI related certification courses free of cost in skilltech.club. So you will be a part of the skilltech.club kind of a membership automatically free of cost. And everyone who's a subscriber of this particular channel will get those benefits which are available in that. So what are you waiting for? I request you to please subscribe to this channel and share it with your friends and families if they are also interested in Azure Cloud and AI learning. That's it from my side. Now you can carry on with your learning. Thank you. Okay, now it's the time for designing about data redundancy. I hope you all know the data redundancy is all about how many copies of the data you're going to keep for your data storage. And in this particular video, we are going to talk about data redundancy. Now, obviously, when we are using data redundancy, we have to keep in mind that what kind of replication strategy we are going to select. We all know that we have a paired regions in Azure, and there are so many services which are allowing you to make a copy of your data in the paired region. Now that all depends on what kind of configuration you're going to do at the time of choosing the redundancy. In storage account of Azure, we have redundancy options like LRS, which is locally redundant storage, ZRS, zone redundant storage, GRS, which is geo redundant storage, and GZRS, which is combination of geo and zone, which is geo zone redundant storage, something like that. If you go for locally redundant storage, ultimately whatever data you're going to upload in your storage account is going to have 3 copies of your data, and those 3 copies will be stored in the one single data center of that particular region. That is something which is giving you a service level agreement of 11 nines. I hope you are familiar with service level agreement, which is a kind of a guarantee provided by the cloud provider for the data availability. Because we'll have 3 copies of the data in one single region, locally redundant storage is perfect for disk failure kind of scenario. But suppose if the full data center is getting down, then that's not the right choice. If you want data center kind of failover recovery from that, then you have to go for the better replication strategies, which is ZRS. ZRS is going to copy data in 3 different zones of the same region. And then if I go with the better one, same way GRS or GZRS, it's not going to be limited to one single region, it's going to be limited to multiple regions. Where multiple regions are involved, it's always going to be the paired region where the copy of the data will be copied. For example, if I take GRS or RAGRS kind of thing, that's going to give me 16 nines kind of an high availability, which is very high compared to the LRS and ZRS. And when I go for this, total 6 copies of the data will be there. 3 copies will be copied in the primary region and another 3 copies will be copied in the secondary region. This is how the storage replication strategy can impact on your service level agreement, as well as this is also going to impact on your cost. Obviously, based on the importance of the data, we are going to choose one of the replication strategy.